Jack Rice, Alien Paintball, going over the new Morph valve. These are 11/16. They fit in a lot of guns that have 11/16 valves, most guns. The limiting factor here is the distance between your O-ring and the back of the gun. Do you have enough clearance to fit this all the way in and still have a little stored air in there? So, please check beforehand. Merlins, yes. The snipers, the resurrection, yes. We'll tell you the change that needs to happen. The original cockers have to be drilled out. Doc Fire's got a buddy of his, something that's going to do that for some of you guys if you care. Bottom line is, these are not refundable. Order these if you want them. We hope you do, but we're not refunding on these. Figure out if you fit your gun beforehand, please. So, in order to put them in your guns, you need a whole toolkit. You need a 3/32 for the pin that holds your sear in your Delrin hammer. This will be in the hammer. You need a 1/8. You need a 9/64, a 5/32, and a 3/16. So, take the two screws out that hold your hammer, your grip frame on your gun. Sometimes it helps to cock this back to get your autococker off there. Then, take your large 3/16, pull your adjustment cap off your spring here. Okay, spring comes out. Then you reach down, you get your sear, you spin your sear up until it's flush, so it will come out. You take a flathead, you pull the screw that holds your valve out. Alright, everything then comes out the back. Alright, there you go. You're not going to need this spring anymore. That's already in your valve. Pin, all that's gone. So, the situation, as I said before, is the distance between this O-ring and the back is kind of critical. You have to have as much opening in the valve around the body. Air flows around the body, into those grooves, opens this up, air goes past the O-rings and out. You can see this is huge. It could be much smaller, but it is. Now, on the Resurrections and the Snipers, our prototype valve was the tiniest bit closer. So you notice this hole here, we moved it forward a little bit for these two guns, just to give you a little extra clearance around that body. We moved it much more than we had to, but anyway, as long as we're moving it. So, on the Resurrection and the Snipers, you take this baby here, hammer hits the pin, you put it in, you line it up to the shiny one, not the original one which is black, to the shiny one. Okay, and all you do is slide that in and line it up nice and flat. Okay, simple. Take the new set screw that we gave you, because this one is much longer, and you get the right size. And you snug it down. Now, it's nice and level, okay? Doesn't take a lot of pressure. That's not going anywhere. The body's going to hold that. That screw can't come out. You don't need to crush the body. Okay, so now your pin, your old spring, everything's already in there. You take your original hammer. Now, I'm told there's some yellow, lighter hammers. Okay, all kinds of springs in the world, but this one works just fine. You then take your sear out of the old one, put it in the new one. Then, as I said, that screw will be in here already. Put that down and just touch it on there so you know it's almost set. Okay? Now I push that in a little too far. It's got to be flush so you can get it in the gun, right? Alright. Now, screw on the outside, pin down, spring out of the gun, pin down, push that down a little too far and it's dragging, but now it's not. Put your spring on, your adjustment cap on, okay, and we found that just in there a tiny bit is plenty. The Delrin hammer weighs nothing, but it doesn't need to weigh anything. So now you go back with your adjustment and you move your pin down a little bit, 2 or 3 turns is a good place to start. Alright, now you're almost done. You put your trigger frame back on. You're going to put your bolt back in. You're going to put your pins back on. And then you're going to adjust to time the gun the way you always did. So, the timing is simply, you want to pull the trigger back a little bit on the autococker ones so that you want it to release and then cock. On these, it's simple. Just cock it down until it releases. Anyway, that really is as simple as it is. If you get yours and you have a problem, you know who to call. Thank you.